Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. We are headed towards the midpoint of this course. I've enjoyed it so much so far. I hope that you're enjoying it and that it's a worthwhile use of your time. Thank you for working hard. It's been my pleasure. Okay, week 4, we are going to dive into the subject of finances. So finances are an important part of all businesses and law firms are no exception. Legal professionals are under an ethical duty to be mindful of their clients' finances. This means that they need to be transparent in their billing practices, and it also means that they can't commingle the law firm's funds or their personal funds with the funds of clients. So these are items that are important to running a successful law firm. As you know, most law firms bill by time increments. So in my law firm, we billed every 6 minutes. So we were in 6 minute increments. And that means that we would need to track what we were doing in 6 minute time intervals. So, for example, say I was working on a research matter and I spent about 3 hours researching. So I would describe that as research for client matter ABC. And then within that 3 hour time frame, I receive a phone call from client XYZ. Well, I would need to stop the clock on client ABC and then address client XYZ, restart the clock, and then account for my time separately. So the idea is we need to be very mindful that we would not want to charge one client for the work we did for a different client. And so that takes some practice after a while, making sure you stop your clock and restart your clock. And there are some software programs that make this much easier. You can actually set a timer on your computer screen to remind you to stop and start the clock. And eventually it becomes second nature. You do start thinking of your whole life in 6 minute intervals, even when you're not working. Like you're like, okay, I just spent 6 minutes washing the dishes. And then, after a while, it just becomes something you're used to doing. But it's important because this is clients' money and law firm rates can be very high and expensive. So it's important to make sure that clients understand where their money's going. And along those same lines, it's very important to be transparent and actually have a nice description of where of the time that you're spending on certain client matters. So if clients appreciate that, you wouldn't want to go to an attorney and ask them to create a will or something like that, and then they spend 50 hours on it and they just do a 3 word description. You want them to be much more transparent and explain in detail exactly what they did. So that's one part of it. Another part of law firm finance is making sure that the business is run smoothly and that the law firm is able to pay its bills on time and pay its overhead and pay its employees. So law firms have to be organized to take care of those expenses. And there's also software that can help law firms handle that. Okay, so this week we have a discussion board and it involves a hypothetical situation where someone at a law firm makes a financial error and we're going to discuss how that should be handled and have some conversations on that. We also have 2 assignments. One is part of the management portfolio and it's kind of a fill in the blank and you could get most of the answers from your textbook. And then the other one is drafting or creating rather a spreadsheet to help a law firm organize its bills and overhead and other expenses. So you'll be creating a spreadsheet for that, and there's a sample that you can use as a starting point. So if you have any questions on those assignments or on the readings or in anything at all this week, I hope you will feel comfortable reaching out to me. I do love to hear from you. So anytime you'd like to reach out, I'd be glad to work with you. Thanks so much.